Let's see, YouTube should be able to pick it up in a few seconds and then we can go live. Long time no see, I hope all is well with you. Yes, TC, nice of you to show up. It's good to see you. Yeah, I've been doing Advent of Code, doing some programming challenges. I did the first part earlier this morning, or earlier today for me. So this is the thing that I've been doing right now. And basically it's a programming challenge. It comes in 2 parts. Right now they want us to find the longest path that we can walk here without doubling back anywhere. And I completed the first part. And now I'm trying to do the second part. And I left my original code running. And it's been running for like, I think over 9 hours now. And it still hasn't gotten the right answer. So I devised some things that would make this better. But yeah, I still haven't implemented it yet. That's why I wanted to go back to the office and see if I can improve the algorithm. But how have you been doing? I see you post on Twitter frequently. I saw something with a card game. I just made myself a cappuccino in my Advent of Code mug. So. And for the rest, yeah, everything is going well. The kids are doing fine. My wife is sick at home right now. That's not so great, but she'll recover in a few days. But yeah, I just put the kids to bed. So I was like, okay, I have a little bit of time left before I have to go to bed myself because it's getting late already. Why not go back and do some more Advent of Code? So after 9 hours of running, I'm going to kill this process now. Aww. And while I was at home, I wrote a few things like this one, play here. So what I want to do is comment out part 2 and make sure that I enable test again, true. And I think if I run this and everything is correct, let me see if this works. Oh, it has not killed the process yet, so the DLL is in use. That is nice. Let's see if I can kill the program. That will be the dev env that still hosts it. So I think that would be the process here. No, I do not want to run the last build. Let's see. Hi Marte, welcome. Good evening. I mean, did you finish part 2? I changed a lot of code. I was remote desktop into this PC. I think I just need to kill the process for now. I was remote desktop into the PC from home, and I wrote some code to have some fun with. Because like I said before, I want to do like that tree culling. But I also did some other stuff that might be fun. So let me see if I can run this. So this is that one. This is the test code. What I did was I built out all the extension methods. Let's see, Amate says, yes, well, by brute force. Few hours, but done. But I must look for better solution. Okay. So what I did after watching Captain Coda's stream today, he was talking about like you don't actually have to walk all the paths. Like my idea was if you, for instance, let's say you end up here and you can't go down anymore, this one would be a dead path that you mark this one as a dead path and etc. I drew that earlier today, right? That was this drawing, like you start here, if you end up here, it's a dead path. You remember the last junction that you were at and then you mark this entire path as dead so you don't have to walk it anymore. And optionally that will let you cut down large pieces of the map, so that you can be a lot smarter about which way you traverse, etc. That made me think about what if I would just get all the junctions in the map. So I wrote some more code, and I did this at home while doing some other stuff. Let me see. This print path is also now a general function, by the way. I made this one play. So I have this called find junctions, and this uses some new methods that I wrote. Hey Smap UK, good evening and welcome. So I added stuff like walk, which will just enumerate the entire grid. This is the stuff that I use while printing, etc. Not in this way, but I figured let's have a method that just walks the entire range of the grid. And this find junctions will just basically find any location that has only one way to go or more than two ways to go. So this one dumps that out. Then I wrote a walk to next junction. So I can drop you on a point with a direction and say, well, there will only be one way to go from here. And then once you end up at a place that gives you more than one place, that will be the next junction. Smap UK says, I've had a walk for a long time. I've had a walk for a long time and use it so often. Yeah, nice. And then I also made a general version of print path, which is the one that you see here. So I can call it on my grid, and I think I also have one that lets me print a subsection, but for this now it will just print the entire path. And I can feed it stuff like locations with color codes and markers. And I've added that if you feed it the marker null, so character null, it will just increment the letters. See, and Marte says, yes, that was my problem. I tried constructing a graph with all the paths as edges, but in the end, it was the same as just brute force sum all possible path permutations. Yes, except the benefit of just jumping from one connection to the other is that you don't constantly modify like the places that you've been, etc. So you just do a lot less work. So now my point is, do I want to implement the walking like this, that I just combine all these nodes, or do I want to stick with the one that I had and do my dead tree culling? So for now I think I want to also just do something that with these nodes. So I had it spit out here. So I should probably make a from to mapping so that I can see how you can walk, and then try to traverse that until you end up at I. But I also want to do it in a way that you track the paths that you've taken. Let's see. Same code comes down from hours to a couple of seconds when you do this. Okay. And Marte say, yes, I do have that. Path parts as start endpoints, but I tried to put it on tip of graph and see if that would speed up my search, but nope. Okay. So I think what I first need to do now, like my part 1 code works, and you can see it here to print out every one of the options. This was my old non-optimized code, so I think I want to reproduce this with this data and see how much faster that is. And then do some dead tree culling. But because I left the code running for 9 hours and it still didn't come up with an answer. It spit out a few larger answers. And I cached that one here. 61, 54, but it was too low. So I tried that one because it was stable for a long time after that. I was like, okay, maybe that's it. But nope. And even then it still wouldn't be the correct way to go. So yeah, let's convert this play into something useful. Because you want a dictionary of grid location, and then you want to have a list of their from their. So this would be the exit from the left side, their entry, and then grid location junction. Something like this. So this would be a junction map. And this one would mean like junction map that try get value. And we try to do this for the J probably. Let me see. Location out for J map. Something like this. If not, J map is new, blah. And here we would do jmap.add. Then we have the j.direction. Let's see, Amartya says, at least I've done day 18 part 2 today, so I'm just 2 behind. Nice. Yeah, I also still have 2 or 3 other part 2s that I still need to do, I think. J-direction, no, not direction, this would be... direction. This one would be next direction and next junction. Good evening, Luke. Welcome. Small recap. I've written some code to map out a grid to all the junctions. So either a dead end or a place where you can fork. And then calculate all the path distances between them, and now I'm trying to build up a map and then try to do the same logic just based off of those. And SmapUK says, not sure if I'm going to go back and finish any of my missed days. Well, I want to make the... on day 25 you can only finish if you've completed all the other ones, so I kind of want to do that. So now I need to do the inverse here. So I still need to do day 20, and my memory is so bad. What even was day 20? Let me see. Day 20. That one. I still need to do part 2 as well. Part 1 was pretty fun. Luke says, I hope you make it this year. Me too. If I look at this one, I only did 2015 to completion, and I still need to go back and finish some of the other years. Last year I had to quit halfway through because I was just... I ran out of time and space then, and then I just couldn't get back into it. This one was such a... Oh no, that's another one. There is one for another day that I still need to do. So I actually want to go back and do all the other ones still, because I really like the challenge. But right now there's a lot of motivation just to try and do something every day. Once this ends, I'm not sure how often I will be able to stream again. But I will try to make some time and keep it going, because yeah, I really like this. So yeah, let's go back. I was coding here, not this project, it was this project. So now I need to do the same as this one. So we need to find next junction out for we call it JSubMap, and then like this, and then we do dot add. Might have to deduplicate these. I'm not sure if it goes 2 ways here. Let's see. Yeah, it goes 2 ways, so I need to make sure that it doesn't already exist. So I should probably make this a hash set like this, which is fine. Actually, since I do this both ways, I could have deduplicated this already. Like B goes to D, and then I do D goes back to B, so I should have already had that and not have to do that logic. let me see. If not j submap dot contains, and the key would be that's always a pain because you need to do the inverse. So we do var key is, then we do this. This would be next of direction, and we need the inverse of that. Invert. Then we need dir.direction at invert, and this one would be j.location. Right, so this is the key. If it doesn't contain it, then we do j submap.add key, and then we also do we need to do length here as well, int length. Let's do that. Next of length, and in this case we only need to do this. We don't know because we walk to the next junction. Okay, never mind, we have to do the work anyways because we don't know. Yeah, I thought that I could be clever, but in this case it doesn't work like that because we don't know the next part yet here. So that is fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. So this one does it both ways, and now we should have a map. So now what we could do is just have something that just finds all the paths. So I think we would have like a stack of how would we call this? So we have a record, junction state, walk state. And let me scroll in to make the code a bit bigger, easier to read. What we want is the current. So we have grid location, current, direction, current direction, and we want to have like all the paths that we already visit. So that would be a hash set of grid location, location with directory, something like this, visited. What else do we need? Total length, int length, something like this, right? This should be enough, I think. So now I could do, let's still print that, it's funny. We could do stack of this, to do, tasks is new, like this, tasks. I think I called this to do, and then I did var to do dot push new this one, and we start with start, and this would be div.down, and this one would be new. We haven't visited that one yet. Maybe we need to start div.down. Length 0. Like this, okay. And now we can do while to-do.count larger than 0. Var task is to-do.pop. Oh. So we can do for each var options is junction map task.location current like this, and then we can do for each var option in options if not task.visited contains option. Isn't this this is okay? An option is a combination of exit and entry. Okay, yes. So this one would be a new version that had option dot junction with option dot entry. Like this, and then we do key here. So this means that we can walk it here. So let's do let's see, we can do bool moved is false. Well, just moved in this case. Moved is false. No, moved is false. Then we can do moved is true. If not moved, end of the line. Right? I will do that here. So now we do to do push like this. Luke says, this year I stopped at day 3, too busy with other things. Ah, I didn't even know you did the first 3 days. I'll be, if you want, we can still do them when you get some more time. I'd be happy to do them again with you. This one would be option dot junction, option dot entry. Let's see, visited needs to be a new clone, so this will be new. And we do option dot visited, no, task dot visited dot to array. Can I now combine this? Spread operator isn't for me. Dot, I think we should add, okay, let me just do it like this. Var, it's annoying. And I need to do, this is a hash set, and this one becomes like this. And I do a new visited.add, and this one would be key in this case, right? Key. Like this, okay. New visited, and then we do task.length plus option.length. Okay. Console.writeLine. we ended at position at blah with no more moves to take, total length blah. Okay, so this would be to the task length. This one will be junction. Can I junction name lookup? Okay, boom. This would be task location current. Boom. Now I can say int longest is 0. If task length is longer than longest, longest becomes task length. Console, that's right line. Longest path, task length. Longest. Okay. So now if I run this, I first have to do this a few times for part 1. Boom, nice. Error. Junction map is empty. Wait, what? I never add it. Okay. Yes. And this one would be next junction J submap. Okay, boom. Let's run this again. Boom. That's great. Is this an infinite loop? Looks like it. So what is this visited look like? Yes, my problem is that I don't block my visited needs to you can't take the same junction more than once. So my visited state is flawed here. Because this one should just be a hash set of location. Let's fix this. And this one would be option.junction. Yes, okay. This should be fine. Let's run this again. Let's actually not run. Okay, let me see. This would be a new, just containing start. Okay. Let me not run part 1, just so that I don't have to enter a bunch of times. Okay. Boom. Largest part 154. Nice. I call that success. So let's run it for part 1 without being test. Boom, and I print it. Oh, and my issue is that I've probably gone over. Oh no, there were 36, so yeah. I should probably not print out everything here, and it's still not super fast, but it's printing at a lot. Still seems to be too long. Yeah, to run this. And my single character. Let's do a pause break here. Boom. I can't even check that one. not bad though. If test like this, and printing is slow. Yeah, that as well, but let me also make sure to only print this when we add a longer path. Oh. Okay, let's see. This one needs to be like this. I mean, it's already faster now than what I had before. Let's be cheeky and submit this while it runs. Woohoo! That was fast. I don't think I'm not sure if I even have an end condition there or if it's just a console read line. No, it would print out the longest path, but yeah, it got there fairly fast. So what is the current queue length now? Only 11, but nice. Yes, it was nice to see that work. And I know it's totally pointless, but I still kind of want to do some dead tree culling. Another thing that I didn't actually account for is I didn't even check if it ended up at the end position. Which is maybe an oopsie. Let me see. Because basically end of the line, but also if task.current equals end, then we do this. So let's see if I do this now. Basically the same. We ended at d, lowercase d, with no places to move. It's kind of cool that it prints out. So this is the map with all the junctions. And here it goes over the 36 because there are, oh no, there are 36, but I started at uppercase A and I didn't account for all the other stuff there. So there's like slashes and some other characters there. Yeah, that's funny. So this is my part to answer. So now we need to rename play to part 2. But it's still doing a lot of work. And what I kind of want to do is let me like if I do hash set, and this would be a grid location. Actually, I can grid location, and div dead junctions is new. What I kind of want to do is also make sure that we don't take any dead routes. So basically, if we arrived here end of the line, else we can do dead junctions.add, and this will be task.current and task direction. I think yes. Okay. And now what I can do here, and not dead junctions that contains option junction option direction entry, like this. So this one would let me mark paths as dead and then just stop considering them, which I think would make things a bit faster, but and now it does nothing. Okay. Oh, it's not even doing something. Sometimes Visual Studio has that where it's... See, now nothing, it's doing nothing. See, it won't go over this for some reason. Just some weird state. Okay, let me just kill Visual Studio, start it again. I'm happy that it worked and it was fast, but it didn't complete all the paths yet, and I kind of want to make it nice. Okay, so if I just let this run, okay. Boom. And now it doesn't work. Haha, cool. Because this isn't the right answer. I need to actually have the full chain probably. And do I even gain something from that anymore then? Let me think. Because my reasoning was that you would let me see. Like the way that you got there is important, but since it will only take unique paths, is there even something to stop considering here? Because my reasoning was like, let's say that you end up here and this is dead, and then you end up here and this is dead. I'm just thinking, there should be a way, right? Because the thing that the reason that I came up with it before was because I still did every individual point, and that was taking a long time. So my reasoning was that if you end up at a dead path, that you don't have to take that path from that last junction there. But the fact that you end up at a dead path could be because there was no valid options to take a viable route on the way there because of the path that you've taken. So coming from another angle, it could be a valid path. Huh, okay, I'm not sure if I can solve or do what I want to do here. But yeah, okay, we got this star. Maybe not stay with it for too long and see if we can do... What was the trouble for day 20? I don't even remember. Final machine... Ah yes, this was that one. So the trick here was to find everything that feeds into Rx. Which is then 1, 2, 3, 4, so that you would have to find... let's jump into day 20 and see if I can do something with that one. And maybe my idea will come back to me here and see what we can do there. I've not gotten to part 2 yet, so I'll say goodbye. Have fun. Okay, thank you, Smap. Thanks for sticking around. And yeah, I'll be sure I'll see you tomorrow in Coders, in Captain Coders chat. Have a good one. Let me see. So for part 2, you need to find RX. So let me go to part 2. I don't think I've even did part 2 yet. I'm pretty sure this is just a copy of part 1. I'll keep watching. Nice. Good to have you, Luke. Let me see. So let's just get rid of all this because we don't care. Const string target is this one. So let me see, what do we have? Let me just run day 2 for now. Day 20. Because I need to get my mind back into what we did on day 20. Ah yeah, I was printing out all of these states as binary and see if what we could do with that. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so we basically do want to run this, and then we need to have some logic here to test against that target. Actually, let's first map it out, because we have we have our modules. Okay, so var rx module is modules. Target like this. Do I have an inverse map for those? Mobile target separator, we have that. Target. Eyes. So I have the inverse here. Var inverse is like this. And I only do it for the conjunction, so that is fine. Let me see. Basically, I need to find everything that feeds into this one first. So let me do modules.where x the target value. Targets contains target like this. Okay. Triggers Rx is this. And then we want to do feeds for each. Basically, we know this is just one, right? We can do single. So actually, I can call this right here single because it takes a predicate. And then we need var feeds rx trigger is this one, and this one will triggers rx.name.key, also good. And this one needs to be aware to array. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. now we basically need to do the old logic and just watch where those, let me see, I think the trigger was when it sends a low pulse, and it sends a low pulse when all the others sends a high pulse. Let me see. Yes, so that one needs to get a high from all the others, so we need to know when all of these are high. So we can make this a new hash set of string, a new hash string like this. And now basically we can do our part 1. We don't care about this one anymore. Let's also get rid of this stuff. Okay, now let me see. Signal like, okay, this one. If pulse dot value, so if this is a high, and pulse dot target contains console dot write line oh no, actually I need to know when it emits from, like this one. If this one has emitted a high, then we need to know it. So we do pulse.from send high pulse at, and then we do I, something like this. So we can do dictionary string int. Actually, we can do just a list of int important pulses. Okay. If not, this try get value pulse.from out var yeah, pulse history is new. And then we do important pulses add, and we take the pulse.from and the history, and then we do pulse history.add, and we do I, and then we do if pulse history.count equals feeds rx trigger.count console write line. We have a trigger, a high trigger for all the ones we need to watch. And this one lets us break actually. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. So I can now break out of the queue. Happy Saturday. Okay, hi Ninja Forth. welcome. I think it's a new name, so welcome to the stream. How have you been doing? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I need to save this pulse history outside. It's also important pulses that I need to check, not that one. Okay. Okay, so now let's run this. Boom, given key was not part of the dictionary. Okay, so it's not a module. Oh yeah, and we don't care anyways. Okay, that was fast. Weird, I only see my own chat messages. Oh, maybe reload YouTube. It's, I can see them, and I see the others as well here. Let me like the video while I'm at it. Okay, so this one didn't work. Let me see what happens. This one is too low. I can just do I smaller than int.max value. Because we don't care. Okay. So now what we should probably do is int F5 help, thanks. Glad to be of service. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see. So now what we need to do is let me think. We need to, I think we need to combine all of them. And they may be off by one, right? Or they are one too high. Because I think, let me just see. Important pulses dot select x dot value dot first, and then we need to multiply all of them together. So we do long result is 1, result times equals boom. P2 is result. I think this was it. It's not test. Haha. Wait. This should have 4 values here. Okay, let me just do for each var p in important pulses. Result times is p dot value dot first. At least that's a big number. Question is, let me see, can I run this against test and validate that it works? No, there is no try. Okay. Not the right answer. Okay, great. And I think it might be like an off by 1 on the index for each of those. The only question is, which way is it off by? So let's say I do this for let's make this 100,000 and let's not break once we have all of them. Okay, so let me see. We have these important pulses. So it doesn't scale in the way that I thought it would. Thought it would stabilize. But wait, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is ending in a 9. Okay, 5, 2, 4, 9, 3 minus 4, 8, 6, 7, 2. So 38, 21. Is that the difference between all of them? Like 18, 104 minus 1, 4, 2, 8, 3. Okay. So it takes one run and then it stabilizes. 6, 6, 4, 1 minus 28, 20. Yes, okay. Okay. That's annoying. Because that would mean there is an offset to the pattern. Okay, let me see. So I assume it would be the same for this one as well. Wait. So for int I is 1 I smaller than p dot value dot count I console.writeLine. This one will be p dot key, and then we do so this p dot value 0. I mean, this one is I, this is I minus 1. Okay, let's run this because this one is easier to check. Index out of range. Oh, 1 is smaller than. Nobody saw anything. Nothing happened. It's all in your head. Okay, so here. So we have a stable pattern, we just need to figure out how to align all of those given those offsets, which is a pain because I don't remember how to do that. Okay, so we have, let's see, offsets, cycles. Actually, we can just do a list int offset, int cycle. Info is new. Okay, now we can do string register signal. No, I'll just call it name. So now we can do info.add p.key. This one will be p.value 0, and then we do p.value 1. No, it will be 2 minus p.value 1. No, it can already be from between 1 and 0, like this. Okay. So now we can do for each for entry and info. So entry.name has a stable cycle of entry.cycle starting at offset entry.offset, right? Okay, so if you run this now, we should have just the 4 of them, right? And now we need to do how to calculate this. Find yeah, how do they Something tells me it's like the Chinese remainder theorem all over again, but I think this one was easier. Does anybody in chat know by chance? Because I just can't remember how to do this. Like, if they all start at the same, it won't be an issue. But giving these different offsets here, finding where they align given the different offsets will be a pain. C# Chinese remainder theorem. Let's see. Inverse modular based implementation. Okay, wow, this is annoying. Let me see. Okay, we're not watching a video now. This still doesn't make sense to me. Let me see. How do I don't even actually know how to describe it correctly. Let me think. Don't even know what to fill in here. Okay, this is clearly not the way. I'm pretty sure that there was a day where I had to use that. Let's see, what is this? Remainder of no, that is day 2. Okay. Okay. Last resort, Reddit. I just want to see how this works. How do I find this actually? Day 20. How do I sort by best? Okay. Am I missing? So I just want to make sure that I'm not missing something. Do you mean kleinste gemene? No, because like if the thing that I found, like this is when they need to be, this is when they are high. But there's an offset to them. Actually, would it be just the one after this one? Like this plus this one? Because I think I need to, what I was already doing here. So like this one would be the info entry dot cycle, and then just result plus equals info dot max offset. Is it something like this? This is Visual Studio being weird again. Okay. No, okay. I'm reading Reddit now because I don't want to get stuck. Unless you have a good answer for me. Let me see. Notice part 2, brute force solution, just in case. Oh, I also need to remember that I need to, after that one happens, it still needs to fire to the next one and then go another one. For broadcasters, let's see. I'd question your method of determining these numbers. I didn't have offsets. And another streamer I watch also didn't have any. Okay. Well, okay, I can show you my code. Basically what I did was I first found the one that feeds into Rx, then I found the one that feeds into that, and then I ran the code to see at which button press one of those targets is sending a high pulse to the next level. So let me just take the input here. Boom, boom. So we have HB, JF, SH, and MZ. So when one of these sends a high pulse, I record the button press index. So I recorded a few of them, and then I checked the difference between all of them, and they all have an offset, and after that a stable cycle. So maybe that's just me, or maybe I'm doing something else wrong, but let me see. Wapples. So let me, like basically, I think that is what should happen. So I can pulse that target. And this should be the one feeding into right? These are pulses sent to MF from that source, which is exactly what you want. Try not running part 1 before part 2. Okay. I don't think it should matter here, but let me... Oh. Oh. Ha! Okay. Yeah, maybe there's some state left. You're totally right. Okay. But I already did this and it wasn't the right answer, I think. Let me see. Sometimes I just try to run the code and it just won't start. It's really weird. And then I can do info.select alt is dot no come on, I had it. P2, I think it was the same, right? Yes. So this gives me the same answer. That was it. I think This is like the third or fourth time that you caught something that I did wrong, Nineberry. Thank you. Amarte says, back, I had to go AFK. Are you on part 2 of day 20? Yes. And we just finished it. I apparently don't reset something for the state on part 1. And Nineberry caught that because I had like an offset to my values. And Nineberry was like, well, I've seen other people and they didn't have that issue. So, yep. Thanks for catching that, Nineberry. Let me put this here. Maybe you can hire. Yes, maybe you can hire Nineberry. Yes, I should do that. Okay, glad to get that one out of the way. Boom, 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 boom. Great, I could be a. Yeah, I'm very happy. Nice, so that only leaves us with day 21 actually. And I did a lot of stuff for this. I still have like all sorts of screenshots from that one. But my approach was flawed for some cases, because it works for some parts of the iterations, but depending on how big the offside is, sometimes you'll get non-favorable things, and I can show you in a bit. Let me just first get rid of all these all these images that I've drawn. I don't need to save those. That's the XYZ thing. That's my overlap explanation. Let's see. This is the dead tree culling that I wanted to do, but didn't figure out correctly. So I can get rid of that. So okay, that cleans up nicely. Let's see. This one was the ever-expanding universe, and I had code that did a few of these correctly, but not all of them. So let me see. Program, let's run day 21. What was state of things there? Let me see. Was too low. Okay. And if I go back to test, this is my output printer. One of the cases, like here, remainder from the like this, okay. The 5000 one is fine, and then the 500 one, one of the, actually in this cross, I expect this one, and this one to be fully filled, but it will be off because this one isn't filled. It can handle this one not being filled because this is one of the repeats, but this one not that one. So I should probably, because I already extended the logic to think further than one square out, so that will catch a few of the other cases as well. But the fact that one of these direct squares isn't filled, it doesn't account for that yet. So now we have 1540, and this one will actually be off by a small amount. So it will have 4 too many, and that is exactly like the expanding pattern of this one. So it will be 4 times this one single one, and note that every double gap here is just 1. We use 2 characters to print out data here. So it will count this one 4 times when it shouldn't, so the number is too high there. And that's a bit of a pain, because what I did was I built this expanding object, and this is a bit of a monster, I have to admit. This expanding object, it has a filled size and an alternative filled size, and that is because we have like the even and odds here. So this one will be the filled size, and every one diagonal to that will be one of those, and the one directly adjacent will be the B one. Then we have the north, east, south, west. Then I have the first layer, which would be this one. This is layer 1, which will repeat for every ring outwards. It will repeat 1, so there's one of them in each corners, and then there is this section here, which will repeat twice now. And if we add another layer, it will repeat 3 times, and this one will repeat twice, etc. And then I have a remainder for the outside ones, because for some odd cases it will expand into another square, and then you will have overlap. So you will have to ignore that overlap for every repeat and then add it once to the end. So, and doing all of that gives me the correct explanation answer for quite a few versions. The only issue is that there are some offsets that are too far away from the stable pattern that gaps exist here. So now I should probably test these ones for gaps, so that I can know that like the extremities, that they will have one of those. So I need to subtract that. So yeah, basically the logic here will be like the calculate offset. You start out with the center square and the outermost directions. Those will always be fixed. And then I step for each iteration. If it's odd and even, I take the filled size or the not filled size. And then for all the other ones, every one of them is diagonally adjacent. Luke says, I go to bed, see you soon, have a good one, and thanks for stopping by. Maybe listen to me a bit more so you'll fall asleep easily. Have a good one, mate. So these ones are always diagonally adjacent when they expand, so you don't have to have any odd even logic for that, so that's nice. And then you get this monster where you just, for every iteration, you add one of those. You add one more for each of those, but you have to subtract the radius, the extra remainder, and then add it back once. And this logic works, but only if the centers here are not, like if the directly adjacent centers don't have any gaps. So what I should do now is probably test all 4 and see if there's something off. Let's see, Nineberry says, I too haven't finished that one. I think I won't have resources, mostly stamina, to tackle it after Christmas. Yeah, I can imagine. But I like that, you saw all my drawings before, right? I like that I figured out a way to tackle this, and it actually works for a lot of quite a few cases, just not all of them. So what I want to do is, and you can see the monster here, it's like, so easy to read, right? But this one, I have a get grid count, which just takes the grid modulo. Let's see. Have you seen live input? It does have a feature that might be helpful. Yeah, I've seen that. But crazy me wants to make a solution that will work for everything. So yeah, I've seen the shape, right? Like this is it's a clear shot here. And I think it was also like this. Nineberry says, I already have a plan, but it will mean having to write quite a lot of code. Yeah, I've been writing quite a lot of code as well. So I think that like this one is already, it's a few hundred. But this monster is like, oh, because this basically my logic is take the offset, and I read it out here, right? Remainder 50 from grid size, blah. So it will take the remainder, which is 6, and then I make sure that I take at least 2 full cycles, and depending on if we're low or high, I go even further, and then record all the data from there. And then it would, once we have the expand object, I can just plug in and it will give me the answer. But let's see the call stack here. So for this one, I think it was fine for 100, no? Let me just add to watch here. Let me do 50. Let's just add them all here. 500. 1,000 and 5,000. And for all of these, it's like, if I take this one minus, it's probably higher, right? No, come on. No, come on. Basically, if I take the difference divided by 4, I can tell you how many open squares I missed in the starting position. This one minus 668701 is minus 4. Ah, I need to do it the other way around. No. So there it counted too much. That's funny. And this one 6536 minus 6536. That one is correct. And then we have oh no, it's always 1898 minus 1594 divided by 4. I had to turn them around. The ones that are here are in the end, so like this. So you can see that in every one of those cases there was like a single square missing from the intro part. So what I think that I can do is add that, because basically if I account for that one missing tile, all my test cases work. So what I actually should do is but wait, mine said here it was too low. And the issue I normally have is that my answers are too high. So this one has a different issue. I didn't even think of that. Because my answer can't be too low if that is the issue. If it's too low, it means that it didn't count something that it should count, which is a pain. So basically I can make this work for the test input, but then it still wouldn't be correct, I think. So let me just do something here. kind of want to have int ref1 north ref east ref south int ref west. Let me just add these four to here as well. Which is basically grid size B. So this one would be ref north. So I should get rid of this one actually. Let me do it like this. So I have ref north would be this one. North, east, south, west. That is fine. So north. I think this is it, right? Yes, that should be it. Let me see. Now I need to detect if there is a difference between all of them. I can just do ref n here. Let me run this. 39, 39, 39, 39. Okay, so these are all fine. Which means my code is wrong. Because there was a difference there. That is interesting. Oh, wait. This needs to be false. Wait, it also said track even. No, that is true. Wait, so the hole that we had there. Let me think. This is such a mess. Let me do the inverse here. So it must be in the odd ones then. .42, 42, 41. Okay, there we have it. Man, this is annoying. Because this one will only trigger This one will only trigger if the outside ring ends up with an odd number. Let me see. Because now iterations is even, it should not matter, right? Is that true? Let me think. This first one was wrong. Okay, so in this case, let me think. So if this one is odd, I need to make sure that I account for a missing number here. So int, let's see, if iterations modulo 2 is not equal, I can just say this, actually it's fine. Int subtract is 0. And now we can do subtract equals filled size times 4 minus this. So this would be ref no plus ref eo plus ref so plus ref, like this. We don't care. You can just keep doing this, and then in the end we do result minus equals this. So is this still wrong? Let me see, the 50 times 4. Jesus. So close, yet so far away. Minus, we do this. Times 4. Okay. Boom. Cool. Now the 500 one. What is the issue here? This one is way off. Um, 1665557. Okay. So here's one that's off by 400. Great. And that's even an odd number. Let me see. Kind of want to see all my reference values here for this one. Wait, what? Debug. I need to get into the expander object here. Okay. Step into. Wait, what? Oh, come on. Let me just set a breakpoint here. Okay, so this one is off by 1. That is fine. 39, 38, 38, 38. Okay, so there's something off here as well. Let's bring this one back. And let's actually just do the same as above, but not offset it. Let's see, now we do field size B with this one of these. So 1000 is off now as well. So this one is still off by 4 now. Interesting. So didn't it catch something? That's funny. That is funny. So the 5001 is correct. The 50 and the 101 is now correct. But the 501 is way off. And the 1001 is still off by 4. So I'm not detecting something properly. So this was fun, but not the way to go, I'm afraid. Okay, let's see. If we go to the real input, do we have some printing here? I think so, right? And I should probably print to file and not to console, but let me see. So this one will never complete here, I think. But I could take, I could print this out. This is just skipping that. I thought I could maybe print out part of the map and see how it views, but I only have that for testing here now. Let me see if I can print out this thing. I shouldn't do this. I think my offset math is it's too big for me to print like this. It's a nice scrolling animation, but okay. Oh, there's some data here. The green things are the stuff that we want to see. Oh wow. My computer is not liking this, but there's the shape. I love how the edge is jagged. I thought it would be prettier. It's weird, like these edges don't align. Oh, that is probably because I took 2 characters and these numbers are just too big, so it sometimes jumps into 3. Yeah, that is what's happening here. Like my 2 characters to print don't work because the space is just too big. And then you get this weird shape, because I actually have all the step sizes in here. So yeah, this looks interesting. This looks kind of cool. It's like an ever repeating shape, so it's probably easy to do, but yeah, I think I'll end it here for today. I'm getting tired. Maybe seeing this image will inspire me a bit more to see if there's a clever way, but I know there's like a simple formula to calculate this, but I like to do things my way. This looks kind of cool. It's funny that my like my step counter, whoa. You can see here I use like hex codes to do this, but it exceeded the 2 characters. So that's why you get all those weird shapes. Man, it's giving me a headache just looking at this. Kind of want to play more with it now that I see this. No, but I think I should end it here. Get some rest and prepare for tomorrow. And maybe I'll just look at how you calculate it, just so that I can at least finish this year. But let's first see what tomorrow holds in store for us. Amarte says, this looks nice. You must have a good machine. Mine gave up. Terminal crashes every time I try to show live data like that. Well, I have some, like my printing code is somewhat smart. That I have this print map to call. And I have like a range here that I say that I want to print. So I take like the center of the map and then expand outwards. So I just print a submap, which is still huge. Like this is still thousands and thousands of characters, but it's doable. Like I made my grid. I think it's like 1,000,000 by 1,000,000 1,000,000 by 1,000,000 repeating maps. But yeah, it was fun. I'm having so much fun this year. I'm just I'm curious to see what tomorrow holds, because it hasn't sunken in yet that today was already the 23rd and that tomorrow is the last proper challenge. Arate says it's a memory issue, I think, and it's a problem with Windows Terminal. Can't handle that many chars while in deep zoom. Well, my machine has 128 gigs of RAM, so it's never a memory issue on my end. But yeah, just one more day and then a small challenge for the 25th. So yeah, I will see what tomorrow holds. Maybe that I'll just look up like the quadratic thing that you need for day 21, but I kind of want to see if there's a way that I can make my own logic thing work, because I really like it. Yeah, been having fun. So thank you everybody for keeping me company yet again. Amarte, having you here every day is really nice. Nineberry, thanks again for the rescue. You've saved me a bunch of time, a few times already, so it's really good to have you here as well. And Luke, he's sleeping right now, but yeah, it's nice to have people in chat. And Amarte says, I still need to finish day 20. Yeah, I think I just did that one, right? Yeah. So you might have a spoiler for how you can finish the second part. Just make sure that you reset your state before doing part 2. And let me just actually add that as a comment in my code. Fix me. If you run part 1 first, the data will, the results will come with an offset, which should not be the case. Either fixed state for P1 or just run P2. P2, okay. To do. And I actually want to go back and clean up a bunch of this stuff, but yeah. I really like the grid system that I wrote, by the way. Like this set of expanding data and stuff that I've been working with. And I've refactored all of this today as well, with the walkable neighbors. And Amarte says, I haven't watched that part yet, but when I get stuck, I'll have a peep. Yes. So like for today, like part 1 is just this. Map, get walkable neighbors with direction, the current direction, a function that you can pass for an extra validation, and then a list of forbidden things like the forest, which are the walls and the places that you've been before. And this one will just spit out the places that you can still walk to. And in this case, for part 1, I have an extra lambda here that will make sure that you don't go into the grain for the slopes. Yeah, I'm happy with how things are expanding. So yeah, once again, let me try to close it off for today. Thanks everybody for watching. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.